Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech, where today we are on our way to our very first Flashpoint. I'm excited. These must be important. It's the name of the expansion, right? So let's get to traveling. We're going to be fighting against House Liao, which is a thing we're very good at this point. There will be some short consecutive deployments, followed by a reward of uncommon items. What does that actually mean? I have no idea. Uncommon might be the game's name for items that have a single plus? Maybe? Guess we're going to find out. So flashpoints... Okay, in addition to the standard salvage, C-bills, and reputation, each one will offer a randomly selected reward, often a rare piece of equipment or mech part. Also, I just heard all this wheezing that I'm doing. That's weird. I don't know why that's happening. We're just going to head out here, and then I'm going to lean away from the microphone and attempt to correct my throat real quick. You know, I considered a karate chop. I thought about it, but there's a problem with that, which is I am not trained in karate, and I think that if you chop yourself in the throat in an untrained fashion, it seems to me that there's probably the potential for some damage, but it feels like I could use a good... You ever get that feeling? Where it just like really feels like you could use a good chop to the throat? Because I have that right now. Alright, that was our work on the Argo is finished here. So, we are 11 days of travel away from our Flashpoint. I don't think we're going to start any more work on the Argo, because I'm concerned that if I do, we're going to get to the Argo with 4 days left on our next financial report, and we're going to get to the Flashpoint, find out that we can't do it, and then have to leave, and not have enough money to make the financial report, to make pay, because we can't get anywhere else to do a job in 4 days. So I'm just going to be on the safe side here. We're going to let Dr. Murad just chill out for a couple of weeks here. I'm sure she's fine with it. You know, she's still getting paid. Actually, she's probably really bored.
We're nearly broke, Commander.
I hear you, Darius. I understand. Believe me, I'm thinking about it too. We're going to be able to run our full squad of medium mechs for the first time here, though. I'm very excited about this prospect. Our power level is rising. So I'm not actually sure what the Flashpoint is. I know it's a couple of connected missions that form a single like narrative arc, but I don't know if they have like branching in them, or I don't know what's going on. I do think, though, we're just going to immediately click this begin button. Now, it doesn't actually say... It says payment will be remitted upon the safe delivery of the convoy's payload, but it doesn't actually say on it what that payment is. There's going to be some money. I wish I knew how much. Alright, what have we here? Welcome to Adrar, Commander Ballard. I thank you for your promptness, as always. Apparently, I know this guy. House Steiner needs you to escort an unarmed convoy to a reinforced mech bay on the western tip of Black Earth Plateau. The safety of this convoy is of paramount importance. Its cargo is both precious and rare. Well, see, now that makes me want to steal it. You're not appealing to my wiser instincts here, sir. The surface of Adrar is ruined and polluted after an early attempt at independence was quelled, harshly, by Capellan forces. The remaining population struggles to sustain an agricultural industry in the wreckage. You know, every day I feel better about this thing we're doing against the Capellans. So I don't think we really know much about House Steiner. House Steiner of the Indomitable Will. With many resource-rich worlds, shrewd business acumen, and a strong industrial base, the Lyran Commonwealth, under the stewardship of proudly Germanic House Steiner, prospered even during the worst of times. In spite of the destruction of the succession wars, overall industrial output and average standard of living exceeded that of any other successor state. This vast wealth helped the Lyran state weather any military reversals, especially self-inflicted ones, by quickly replacing their material losses. Listen, we all have self-inflicted military losses sometimes. Yeah, we've seen that. Black Earth Plateau is a broad plateau sandwiched between Adrar's southern agricultural zone and the irradiated Badlands that dominate much of the planet's surface, named for the high concentration of volcanic ash in the location's native soil. Alright, so they're running a convoy of precious rare something, and I am going to get down there, and I'm not going to steal it, even though I really want to steal it, because keeping it safe is the thing that will make House Liao the maddest, And that is kind of our main mission in life at this point. Anger the Capellans, join up with the pirates. That's what we're doing. Yeah? What's the payload? In truth, Mr. Vatanen, that is none of your concern, but in the interest of transparency, I will answer your question. I hope that you will recognize this gesture as the symbol of friendship that it is. He's really hemming and hawing here. He does not want us to know what's in that. The trucks are carrying the final components for a new form of battle mech, the first product of a marriage between Davion Inventiveness and Steiner Industry. Davion is Federated Sons, right? By Freedom's Sword. From their capital world of New Avalon, the Davion family led the Federated Sons to become one of the largest and most militarily powerful states in the Inner Sphere. The Federated Sons' motto, By Freedom's Sword, illustrates their self-image as a nation. Champion of freedom, democracy, and human rights, although the reality is not so clear-cut. Gee, that's a familiar story. In addition to being a military power, the Federated Sons is home to the New Avalon Institute of Science, the premier research and development center of the 31st century. It's quite an achievement, I assure you, and House Liao would like nothing better than to take it from us. I think we've probably read House Liao's thing before. Actually, maybe not. This does not look familiar to me. One vision. The Capellan Confederation is the smallest of the successor states and was the last to form, created on Capella by neighboring states in 2366. House Liao gave the Confederation its Han Chinese character and ensured the survival of the realm through strong, if frequently erratic, rule. Popularly disparaged as a totalitarian police state, many Capellan citizens enjoy a high degree of personal freedom and willingly serve the state in return for the generous services it provides. Alright, I'm not going to let the Capellans do anything they want to do, because that's what I've decided my mission in life is. Very good, Commander. Now, let us discuss the complications that will stand in your way. The convoy is currently hidden from Liao eyes, and will remain so until you meet it at the rendezvous point. Unfortunately, there is but a single road between the convoy and its destination, and that road is continually patrolled by units of the Liao reserves. We have solid intel on the size and composition of one of these patrol groups, a unit that we have dubbed Sentry Team Alpha. Unfortunately, that's where our battlefield intelligence ends. Okay, tell us about the Sentry Team Alpha. If we choose to engage while they're in the AO, what will we be going up against? A mid-range hunter-killer lance with long-range fire support available as backup. Not an ideal configuration to go up against on an escort mission, I know, but we have no intel at all on what else the Liao reserves may be fielding. If you choose to deploy outside of Sentry Team Alpha's patrol window, you could find yourself face-to-face with a Fall Assault Lance, or perhaps not, we just don't know. A mid-range hunter-killer lance with long-range fire support available as backup. So probably we're talking about 4 mechs with some LRM carriers or something? I don't know what mid-range really means in this context. I wish you would... could you please express your intel as a number of skulls? That's what I'm really looking for. And so, my friend, you have a choice to make. Will you deploy against Sentry Team Alpha, or will you roll the dice on the unknown? I don't envy you the decision, but as the commander in the field, it's yours to make. Well, we can drop during Sentry Team Alpha's patrol window, or we can just roll the dice. Man, I am nervous about that one. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Nope, that's not the right phrase here. The devil you know? Something. English aphorism. Let's take the top one. I think. Let's take the top one. I can handle a mid-range lance with long-range fire support, I think. I'm a mid-range lance with long-range fire support. Very good, Commander. I'll see to it that the convoy leader is prepared and ready to depart. Best of luck on the planet's surface. I'll be monitoring your progress from here. And I mean, we're talking about a convoy, right? So he's probably providing us with some vehicle backup, is my guess. We're more powerful now than we've ever been. Also, after we do this, we can do some pirate work. We have eyes on Sentry Team Alpha. They're patrolling the AO just as I said they would be. Expect moderate to heavy resistance on the path to your objective. As a reminder, it is absolutely vital that this convoy reach its destination. Do not disappoint me. That sounds a little bit threatening there, buddy. Maybe just step it back a little bit. Alright, when the Capellans pick you up on their sensors, it's gonna get real. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for real. This is good pay. Wow. So, I'm a little torn here. We're probably going to see a better quality of enemy mech than we have seen in the past, and that makes me want to take more salvage. We're also not in a great place financially, and this is a lot of money. I'm thinking we might keep the bars right where they are. I'm assuming down here is 1.5, yeah. Interestingly, taking more reputation with the Lyrians also reduces our reputation with the Capellans. I think we're going to go this way. We're still trying to build up our squad here. So, we want to cut the Panther and run the Vindicator instead. And then we got to figure out how we want to pair up these pilots with our mechs. Ricochet in the Jaeger mech makes a lot of sense to me. It's either got to be Ricochet or Reckless. Or I guess it could be Saber as well. We want to take advantage of the multi-target. But Ricochet is the one who doesn't have Bulwark and doesn't have Sensor Lock. So I think we want him in the Jaeger mech because the Sensor Lock is important for support in the Jaeger mech, and the guy with somebody with Bulwark should be driving the Hatchet Man. Then we have the question of whether to switch Saber and Centurion. The Vindicator has a fair number of weapons that are effective at a weird variety of ranges, so actually the multi-target might be useful here. Centurion has more piloting, and so we'll be better at actually sinking melee attacks and stuff. I might want to swap them. I think Reckless is in the right spot with the Blackjack. Especially now that she has Breaching Shot, these autocannons are going to get to do some work. Yeah, I like this. I like this loadout. Let's hope. Let us be hopeful here. We might see some new mechs. We might see some new medium class mechs. I assume that we're not going to see a lot of heavies or assaults or anything. He used the word mid-range. I'm assuming that means medium class mechs. There are a lot of those we haven't seen. There are a couple of them we're working on. We might be able to get some more Shadowhawk parts or something here. I have high hopes for our reward. And I'm trying to think about that to distract myself from all the worry that I am feeling about the other part. You know, the part where we actually have to do the mission.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, what are we actually doing here? I marked Graf Stieglitz-Bradford's rendezvous point on your map. Convoy leader, do you copy? Roger that, Oliveira. We are all packed up and ready to roll. We're under orders to beeline it to the mech bay as soon as you reach the rendezvous point. So I hope your mech warriors can keep up. Alright. Understood. We'll let you set the pace. Thanks for understanding. Oh, and fair warning. I've been hearing a lot of Capellan military chatter on the comms lately. It won't take them long to find us after we roll out. Well, that is why I'm here. Alright, so as soon as we touch the rally point, they're going to just take off. So we want to make sure that we are in position to work this by that time.
Affirmative.
It might actually be useful to us to scout around a little bit before going to the point. I love that. The Hatchet Man is so cool. What a cool idea.
Commander?
Let's see here. This is this thing. Here's the road. Wait, where's the road actually go? We're probably going this way, huh? Yep, over to there is my guess. So, I actually want to get some people over in that direction.
Received.
Trying to get us close to the wall, because at the very least the Blackjack, probably also the Vindicator, need to jump up here. Get ourselves some nice raised positions to work from, and then we will take the convoy point. And as always, the Jaeger mech will just trail around behind.
Aye, aye.
Jumps turned out to be a little trickier than I was expecting.
Engaging jump jets.
You know, the Vindicator doesn't have a full complement of jump jets, I don't think.
Position confirmed.
Okay, let us intentionally not claim the convoy rally point just yet. I'm wondering if it might be unwise to get too far ahead, because they might attack from an angle I'm not expecting. Although over here is just like a body of water and the edge of the mission area, you can see. So yeah, I want to be further forward. Okay, that's not actually in the rally point.
Roger that.
So I don't want to get too far away. Boy, she can really book in this thing. Alright, I think this is the time. Oh, right, I do not want to stand in the spore field. Rally point secured.
Copy
I don't want to separate the hatchet man too much. But I also, I want to have evasion, I want to have a forward position, I want to be able to threaten melee against enemies. I'm maybe going to have the hatchet man go over
Order
here.
acknowledged.
We'll just try to be in different, try to provide a situation where I could flank, different fields of fire, you know? Oh, did we not... Does this not count as securing the rally point? I'm actually fine with our positioning.
Stabilizing. Engaging
Wait, you should
coolant
probably...
system.
turn. Do I have to move everybody into it, or... No, okay. He was just outside of it, I guess. Alright, keep the hostiles off of us. We can get the payload from point A to point B, but we aren't equipped to fight. That's a shame. No fighting ability at all, huh? Alright, so we got incoming 2 4s. That looks pretty solvable. Also, an enforcer. I don't know that I've ever seen one of those before. They added a couple of different types of new mechs. I wonder if that's something new. Also, we actually don't have a 4 anymore. That's a shame. So real quick, before we do anything else... Okay, these guys do have medium lasers on them, at least. It's something. Alright, so that thing is a 4, this is a Jenner, and this is about to take its turn. Let's start by hammering this. What are we actually looking at here? An AC-10, which I care about, that's scary. Large laser, small laser.
Standing by.
Use our own AC-10 to make a little bit of noise here. I can move forward, but not into cover. But I could jump at him. Gives me a lot of really strong hit chance and threatens the melee attack. This does mean that I'm in some danger in regards to getting overwhelmed. But we have a lot of long-range support fire available right now, not like next turn. We can save her now. I'm gonna go for it.
All right.
Let's get aggressive. If we could, I'm picking up more contacts. Oh, you know, I think one of those beeps was me seeing this briefly, and then the other one is I got new contact. That thing does not move on 4, whatever it is. Alright, let's just have at him. Where is his stuff, actually? Right arm, AC-10. Okay, the big laser's in the other arm. So either arm would be a good pull. I would love to get rid of that AC-10.
Confirmed.
Okay, center torso hit from the autocannon. He's going to try to stop in the edge of the trees, I assume? No. He just went full evasive. That was a sprint. He didn't even brace afterward. Weird. What a strange decision to have made. Well... Jenners as dangerous as Jenners always are, but unfortunately, also kind of awkward to fight.
Yes, Commander.
I think I want to have... If we're going to keep working on the Enforcer, which I think we are, because I'm worried about that autocannon, I think I'm going to have Saber go after it first. And the logic behind that is that I think his payload is less important to deliver, and I want to strip some evasion here. He does have multi-target, so we could fire, like, one of the lasers at the Jenner and just pull an evasion charge off of it. But I need a better position. This is pretty good. I'm a little worried about my heat generation here, but this is where I want to be. Okay, so we're going to fire a single laser at the Jenner. I'm probably not going to fire the second medium laser at all, just for heat preservation, since it's probably going to miss anyway. And we'll put the high yield stuff into the Enforcer.
Roger that.
And we might miss with all of it, but... Yep, literally all of it. Ah well. Like I said, his payload was the less important one, so that's wanted to use him to strip charges. Then we might have Reckless Reserve. It looks like that might be their long-range fire support. I'd like to get a little bit closer. Although, man, look at that. That plus accuracy autocannon. Four accuracy is 4 difficulty classes, and each difficulty class is 5%. That's pretty great. So I could do the same thing here. I could just run here and do a split fire and medium laser at the Jenner just to strip a charge from it. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's not even worth doing. It's going to move before we do. I don't have anybody who can challenge it during 4. So it's going to generate a new set of evasion charges anyway. What am I thinking? I'm generating no evasion at all if I just move here. I could jump. We're talking about a lot of heat then. Although I guess it's just autocannons. They generate 8 heat each. No, she can jump safely. We're fine. Get a little bit of evasion, and I think our heat will be totally okay. I probably won't even fire my medium laser. Actually, it turns out I can fire it for almost free, so I suppose I will then. Come on, get lucky. Okay, another center hit. We're actually doing a lot of damage to this thing. Obviously, this guy's getting worked out with the LRMs as well. So yeah, that thing's gonna probably be either a Jaeger mech or a vehicle. Ooh. Okay, these things are pretty heavily armored, but we gotta not let that happen a bunch. Okay, we do have a direct line of sight on that guy, so we can get the autocannon in. And I don't think I'm going to hold back. I think I'm just going to give him the entire Alpha Strike. Let's see if we can't completely remove this threat. The autocannon hits center. Okay, we crit his large laser.
Critical hit.
He's in bad shape. Also, that was a ton of stability damage. So he has 47 center torso health left. Any random medium laser shot could take the arm off. Was that a center hit? Oh no, that was they exposed the left torso. Come on, show me a bunch of center hits. Okay. Now he just has one real weapon. He might be getting the hatchet on his next turn. That might be happening. Because they're going to get to go first with their 2 4-mechs, and then I think that'll mean we get to go first during 3. Ooh. He's almost dead. We've gotten a bunch of pretty lucky center shots there. Yeah, okay, so it's a pair of Jenners they have on 4. It's a little scary. It's definitely the mech that moves on 4 that I am most worried about. Although Panthers can be very annoying. Glad I jumped.
Damage minimal.
So, I'd love to hit this thing. I think, actually, rather than thinking about giving it the hatchet, I'm going to have Reckless go after it here. Because if she hits with either of her autocannons, and it's extremely likely that she will, she's going to get a knockdown. If she hits center with either of the autocannons or the medium laser, he just dies. I'm going to not use a precision strike. Yeah, I think I'm going to bank the resolve. We're going to save up here. Ugh. 2 shots to the leg and nothing else. It's still a knockdown, and that means it still moves his initiative down to 2. He's not getting back up, but I was kind of hoping we'd kill him right there. Because what I'd really like is for the Hatchet Man to go after this, this Jenner.
Orders?
Let's have Saber up next. We can take a real good shot at killing this thing. And then a melee attack from the Hatchet Man will mean that the Jenner loses the guarded state, and then we'll be able to really bombard it. Also, we won't have to worry too much about its evasion with the melee attack, and then we'll be able to really bombard it with LRMs. And lower the number of threats here. Please hit center. Pretty good. It's a pretty good start. We took out their heaviest mech first. Sorry, maybe not their heaviest mech. We actually don't know what that is.
I'm here.
I can certainly go find out, though. Actually, I won't be able to see it. Interesting. How much? That's 2 points of evasion. A little worrying. Well, you know what? If I can draw some fire away from the convoy, though, that's pretty good, too. A 95% chance to hit, thanks to the arm gyros and everything. Alright, let's do it.
Move order received.
Alright, I was hoping we wouldn't hit the arm, because I think a shot to the torso might have killed it.
Critical hit.
Even a shot to the side torso might have killed it straight up. Oh, we do get to see it. It's a Thunderbolt. LRM-15, bunch of lasers. Oh boy, the convoy's in a lot of trouble if they get down there in direct line of sight. Also, my Hatchet Man is in some trouble. Okay, this is concerning.
Receiving you.
Do not have autocannon. I want clean line of sight on this thing. I want to be able to put the autocannon into it. I'm having a hard time finding that. It looks like I'm not going to be able to this turn. Alright, I think we have to just run with the convoy.
Acknowledged.
I'm pretty sure the smart thing to do here is just to blast the Jenner with everything. Because if we could prevent it from having a turn, obviously that would be pretty cool. We could start going at the Thunderbolt. It does not have a lot of evasion. I think I'm going to precision strike the Jenner. This is kind of the sort of situation I was saving that for. It's one where it looks like the shot's not very good otherwise. We get all these up to 75. Yeah, let's see if we can just kill it. Although it's less dangerous now than it was, now that it's lost a couple of its lasers. We can take the shot on the Thunderbolt instead. We're looking at 255 center health. No weapons mounted center, though. So the LRM ammo is being kept in the center. If we can break through its torso armor, we could get a lucky ammo explosion. And it is an important target, but we got to remember that the Jenner has the capability to just run over and step on it. So that's a real problem. Let's worry about that. Overkill? I don't know, maybe. Could be. Yeah, I don't know, Ricochet. You might not have left any pieces big enough to be worth salvaging. We should change his name to Overkill. We have to get the whole convoy out, huh? That's gonna be tough. The Jenner is not a super big threat to them, but the Thunderbolt is, huge. Huge and terrifying. Never mind, the Jenner is becoming a direct threat to them. We're going to have to take at least one of the sides off this Jenner if we're going to live with it. Can I get... I just cannot even get an angle on the Thunderbolt. The shot on the Jenner's not terrible. I'm wondering if we just try to get a nice clean shot on the Jenner out of this turn. Man. Do I have a height advantage right now? Is it enough of a height advantage? No, it is not. Okay. So my weapons are effective from pretty far away. I'm wondering, I could like run up the hill and get myself a little bit better aim with the autocannons. But I'm really thinking what I want to do is hit it from the side arc. You just jump over here, get into its side arc, and then try to blow off the one arm. So we can remove 50 damage from its alpha strike that way. And that said, if I'm going to do something like that, I probably want to try to do it from the other side, right? The side that everybody else is on. I can't get into that arc. Okay, hold on. Maybe you're not first. Right, PVCs actually do have a minimum effective range. I kind of want to provide the enemies with targets, though. Like, I kind of want my guys to be shootable.
Location confirmed.
This Vindicator could take a shot or two. And if we could distract them from the convoy, that's probably worth doing.
Confirmed.
That's a shame. I was really hoping the PPC was going to hit. And the thing is, we need to keep moving forward because I have to be able to get a shot on the Thunderbolt eventually. So yeah, I'm just going to run up on this dude.
All weapons committed.
Oof. Missing a lot of bad shots here. A lot of shots that are bad to miss.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. I can melee from cover. Is that my best option? I only have so many autocannon shots, and we don't know for sure that this is the end of the mission. And also, melee attacks on a Jenner are, like, very serious. So, actually, a shot to the side torso would not be enough to kill it. I would lose 73 damage, so we'd cut almost through the center torso armor, at least. If I attack from here, I'm hitting it in the back armor. That's more likely to be a kill, but it's also going to show my back armor to that guy with all of his various weapons. I think I'm going to take the version of this that leaves me in cover. But yeah, we're just going to go for the melee.
Roger.
It's a 95% chance to hit for the same amount that all of my weapons hit for if I hit with all of them combined. And we certainly don't have a 95% chance for that to happen. Okay, so he's pretty messed up. Oh, APCs. I don't know. I don't know if this is smart. I'm afraid we're going to lose one. They are stripping his evasion. Okay, he's after me. That is very, very good for us. So I think at this point we're going to ignore the Jenner. It only has one weapon system left.
Damage. Holding firm.
Well, okay, it has a pair of medium lasers, but that's better than it only having a PPC, right? Huh, why do I not have an autocannon shot? The range on the AC2 should be sufficient, I would think. Oh, I guess he's in like a weird little pocket of the terrain there. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I can split my shots at least. I mean, I will fire the autocannon. Keep moving up, but we got to start working this guy. This guy is top priority now.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Can't really do anything fancy here, but we can just apply a tremendous amount of force. Alright, stripped a lot of frontal armor there. Hoping that the APCs will focus on the Thunderbolt. We gotta make a hole somewhere. It might be tempting for them to shoot at the Jenner because it's all screwed up, but it's really not good. It's not a good use of our shots here. Yeah, it's not unsteady enough to be knocked over by machine gun fire either. Well, they could just kill it with the lasers. That might do it. That would probably work. They also might bust that leg out from under it, which would drop it down to Initiative 3. But I think it would still get to go first during Initiative 3. It is their turn. Okay, actually it has no weapons left, so now it's just going to melee.
Everything you've got.
As long as it's not meleeing the vehicles, that's probably good for us. Alright, so we got to figure out who wants to take the aimed shot here during Phase 3, because we want to drop this guy's initiative to 1, right? So that Ricochet gets to go before he does. We have to figure out who's taking the aim shot during Phase 3, because they go last, because we want to make sure we have the Inspire buff for everybody else. So, it's probably not Centurion. She can go now. Although, you know, honestly, taking an aim shot with the AC-10 is maybe actually pretty good. Also, do I actually even have to do this? We might knock him over. He's accumulating a lot of structural damage here. Or a lot of stability damage. Let's actually start with Saber. Because it's possible the autocannon is getting the aim. Alright, Saber does not have a lot of options here. We certainly can't jump and also fire our guns. I'm just going to do this. We're just going to run up and we're going to fire whatever we can afford to fire. It would be best if we hit him with the PPC. Turn off other stuff first. Yeah, I'll take this shot. It would be really nice to get that sensor debuff on him.
I copy.
Yeah, I think it actually is going to be Centurion who takes the aim shot. Let's jump you up to here. This is his right side, which is not weak. But we're probably better going right side than we are going front. It's just, it's so hard to predict what damage you'll do with a frontal attack. No, let's do it. And we're not going to have to spend the aim shot, because he took a huge amount of stability damage there. I think the autocannons are going to knock him over if they both hit. Which I sure hope they will. Okay, that was great. That was a really good shot. So if he goes down, he didn't shoot.
Waiting for orders.
What I was going to say there is, if he goes down, then we get to put the autocannon into that armor for certain.
All right.
So if I hit him with the autocannon shot, he is going to drop. I'm pretty sure. I wish there was a mouse over on that bar telling me exactly how much stability that represents. It's definitely... 30 is enough. So I think I'm going to just fire.
Roger.
We're going to maintain the inspiration buff for Ricochet's turn.
Reporting critical hit.
And in fact, Ricochet could use the aim shot. No, there's absolutely no reason to do that. What am I talking about? He's getting aim for free because of the thing being knocked down. This is really good for us. The APCs are going to make it next turn, it looks like. All into the left torso. I like that. I think that's a good call.
How's it going?
Can I get autocannon fire on him? I can. What do the ranges look like? Really, really good, actually.
On it.
Even with the mild obstruction from the hill. So the question is, which torso side do we work on? This side is 3 medium lasers and the machine guns. This side is both of the missile launchers and the large laser. I think it's this side. Also, this side has slightly less health. Alright, go to, buddy. Wow, it is impossible to see what is happening. Oh, caught him in the head once.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Completely destroyed his LRM pod. That's cool. Left him with 37 there, 21 on the other side. They could do some real work here. A couple of lucky medium laser shots while he's laying down. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So he's almost out of weapons. In fact, pilot incapacitated. That was too much. The missile shots to the head were too much. Okay. Hey, look at that. That's fantastic. We're going to get some pieces of that Thunderbolt, too. Yeah, one big thing that's great about the knockdown strategy, and it's harder to do on larger mechs, because larger mechs have more stability now, I believe, is that you get way more salvage by knocking mechs down until the pilots basically turn to jelly in the cockpit. Did he run out of my rear arc? Like, he had a rear arc attack and he chose not to take it.
Warning.
That's
Armor
odd.
low.
Yeah, I'm not that worried. I have been more worried for sure.
Moving out. Ugh.
Okay, well, this seems like it was a pretty successful first mission. I do really wonder about what we would have gotten if we had chosen the other option in the Flashpoint decision. My suspicion is that this does not matter, but let's go ahead and move up.
Heading out. On the move.
Confirmed.
God, yeah, Centurion and the Hatchet Man is definitely the right call. She is ridiculously fast in this thing. Alright, picked up a new blip on my long-range sensors. You're about to have company. Here's those reinforcements. All Capellan troops, destroy that convoy. Your families will be held accountable if you fail. Wow, that is very screwed up.
Position, Commander. The package will be on its way soon.
Alright, I can do this. Ensure that all Steiner units survive. We didn't take a ton of damage. Still, it's like, it's not, even with full armor, there's not a ton of health in any of the sections of these vehicles. That makes me very nervous. The Hatchet Man is in a good aggressive position. The Blackjack should have clean line of sight for the autocannons. I think we can do this. Okay, protect the convoy with 4 of 4 units for 1 round. The 4 of 4 units there, they're talking about the Steiner convoy. So they have a 4 and 2 3s. Yeah, oh god, I hope they shoot at us and not the convoy. Or not at all. Also, not at all is fine. Oh, I gotta get down there and start making some noise. I'll let them know who is here. That said, maybe you're not the person to start with. Let's start with the Vindicator. Get a little height advantage here. Still not very good, though. Vindicator's in almost perfect health. I could just take a jump into a forward position. Yeah, alright. I'll pay the extra heat for the 1 extra evasion. We'll just give this guy everything we can afford to give him, even though it's probably not going to hit. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I will fire both of these, though.
Affirmative.
The PPC hit is too valuable if it does actually work out. And the SRMs really don't generate that much heat. I don't like that at all. Ah, that's a lot of damage. Do I want to just reserve, actually? We could wait until we see what that is. I don't think I have a way of getting any vision on it. You know what I could do is I could sensor lock it. Because we only have to actually keep the convoy alive for 1 more turn. If I can get forward into a position, yeah, like this, where I can hit a sensor lock on that thing and screw with its sensors, that's actually the best thing I can do, mission relative.
Sensor lock on target.
Okay, it's another trebuchet. Same loadout. Alright, well, we have contributed to the miss of some of these missiles. Alright. Steiner units are going to get away. I'm sure we're still going to be on the hook for actually killing all these
I'm
dudes.
receiving you.
But that seems very doable to me. I think we can handle that.
Roger.
Alright, so it's one of the trebuchets that dies first, right? I'm actually not that worried about the Panther. The question is which? Who is... This guy is more likely to be auto-cannonable. So I think this guy is our focus. How are his weapons spread out over him? Are the LRMs on the arms? No, he's got LRMs on one side torso, the other side arm. And there's ammo in both side torsos. I think we're more likely to be able to gang up on his right side than on his left.
Copy that, Commander.
Missing the autocannon shot is really crummy. And now that guy's pushed down to initiative 2. So all 3 of our 3s are going to get to go before him during this next round. This sets us up to really do a lot of work on him, and we managed to stay above the inspiration threshold. Alright, just give him everything. Man, really? This thing is un-autocannonable. Almost a full bar of stability damage there.
Objective secured.
Okay. So, they want us to just get to the evac zone. But I'm going to, I think we could just clear these enemies out, right? That's another way of finishing the mission. I'm not 100% certain how this is going to work with the damage to the trebuchet. How bad is it?
Fairly
Oh, there's no...
Commander.
Or the blackjack, rather. There's no actual damage to the blackjack currently. We do not have enough resolve to stay above inspiration while using an ability. What I was thinking is it would be really cool if we could shoot this trebuchet with precision strike, just that we got all 3 of our 3s before any of their trebuchets, but I think we'll just keep focusing. So this is my left arm. I'm going to move to... I'm going to jump to a cover position, that, and turn my body so that they're in my right arc.
Engaging jump jet.
And then we're going to let the trebuchet have it. If either of the autocannons hits, he's on the ground and probably in really bad shape.
Engaging target.
Awesome. Really, really good stuff.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
That's a point of pilot damage. It's possible that these will be 3 health pilots because they're piloting more long-range mechs. And the extra health is in guts, which you don't necessarily need for piloting a long-range mech. Right, our long-range pilot only has 3 health. Oof, that's annoying. Alright, let's try to get rid of that guy before he can get his turn down at 1.
Receiving you.
PPC is the only weapon I'll be able to hit with from there. Still, that's significant. PPC is a big weapon. I really want to take a turn to cool some of this heat. We probably don't want to do anything crazy like jumping forward into medium laser range or anything. It probably just makes sense to go here, right?
Engaging.
Come on, get that shot. Yes! Awesome. 2 points of damage on the pilot.
On that one.
Waiting for orders.
The Hatchet Man could go for the other side. The autocannon is not... Yeah, it is going to do enough damage, right? Because you don't get cover... Oh, never mind. He's not in the trees anyway. I was going to say I don't think you get cover while laying down, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's do this. Hatchet Man is weaker on the right side than on the left, so I want to do it like that, I guess.
10-4. All right.
Ah. Hit the center. Not the thing I wanted to be doing right at this moment. Well, we just finish him off, right? I don't want him to get his turn. He does only have 1 LRM bay. Maybe the better play right now is to do a precision strike on the other trebuchet to move it down below all the 3s for next turn. Let this guy have his turn because it's a pretty weak turn, and then we can try to finish him off afterward. But if we could prevent If we could trade this weak turn now for this guy not having a turn next time, which is totally possible, I think that would be preferable. And we do get to fire everything. I could just aim for the head and hope to do a bunch of, hope to do a couple points of pilot damage. That's not terrible, actually. Like, that might work. Or we could just try to be good at the game, I suppose. Legs are 135 each. We could take a leg off. Could end the thing that way. But I think I want to focus on blowing off portions of the torso. So one of these sides has one more medium laser than the other. It's this one, right? Yep, okay. Right torso it is.
Firing, full complement.
Ah, didn't quite make the crit happen. A crit to that ammo box would have been really good. Unfortunately, I don't think you get a choice of the order in which your weapons fire. We might be able to influence that by changing the way they're stacked up in the mech, but I really do wish I could get the LRM-20s to fire last because they have extra crit chance. Alright, so the Panther's got a real turn. Not a lot we can do about that. Fortunately, it ran too close to me and missed its PPC shot. Okay, you have a lot of stability damage on you. I kind of want to run over there and hit him. But actually, we should probably use our first shot here to hit the trebuchet. Because we might be able to kill him. It's not super likely. He's not in cover. If both of the autocannons hit center, he does die. Yeah, let's go for it, because he's about to get a turn. He's about to get a weak turn, but it would be cool if he didn't get it at all.
All weapons committed.
Ah, man, we just barely left that leg intact. Alright, so everybody else goes after this guy. We'll knock him down with our 3s, which will put him on 1, which means Ricochet probably gets to finish him off before he gets back up.
I'm taking some serious hits.
God, I love autocannons.
I'm receiving you.
So, how much stability damage does a melee attack do? 45. That would be the way to go here, I think. Question is just, is it too dangerous? Does it leave me in too vulnerable of a position? I think the answer to that question might be yes. And the one hit from the autocannon will be enough to knock the dude down. Let's just get ourselves a point of evasion. Can I get over here? Oh, I get a ton of evasion and a better shot because I'm not trying to shoot through the Panther then.
All right.
Yeah, running out into the open and meleeing them is a little bit too dangerous, probably.
Firing.
That's a shame we didn't hit the right torso section. Did get a lucky headshot there, though. That's 2 health off of that pilot. Pretty good odds on killing the exposed torso section there, which I think is, yeah, I think we're probably gonna incapacitate this guy pretty soon.
Acknowledged.
Just turn on everything and go for that exposed torso.
Standing by.
Okay, Ricochet's just going to kill him the old-fashioned way, through murder. We're actually not going to be able to fire all of Ricochet's guns this turn. And he's kind of running out of missiles. We got to be a little careful. I might turn off the LRM-20s. Yeah, we don't need to fire that. So this is going to be 25 missiles, which is going to leave us with enough for one more big full volley and then a partial after that.
Taking the shot.
We only have to hit him in the right torso with 1 missile to kill it. Okay, got the center torso too.
Tango down.
Alright, so all we have left is a perfectly healthy Panther and this thing, which is just like shambling around. This is a zombie, basically. I'm not worried about this. For a second there, I thought the Panther was going to try to melee the Hatchet Man. He did run into melee range of a Hatchet Man on purpose, of his own volition. Seems like a really strange choice to me. Alright.
All weapons committed. Enemy mech destroyed.
So we got through that without actually taking any structural damage.
Standing
Which means
by.
we should be ready to just go in the next thing, I think. Alright, took his arm. Not the correct arm, unfortunately.
Commander.
But that does give us a place to aim.
Heading out. Firing full complement on enemy.
Did you really miss that PPC shot? Come on, dude.
Critical hit, Commander.
You're embarrassing us out here.
Let's do this.
Ricochet is too close to this guy. There we go. There's my shot. So I'm gonna precision strike him, because if somehow this isn't lethal, it is going to probably knock him over, and then the precision strike will deduct a second point of initiative, and he'll go after all of us again. So the LRM-20 produces 18 heat. So we could do that. I can't turn a 10 on, right? Oh, actually, it looks like I can. If I turn another 10 on, it becomes an issue. But one of them works just fine.
Locked on target.
Yeah, hard to imagine him surviving that.
Mech destroyed.
Wow. We killed him so hard he lost physics. He just doesn't have physics anymore. Alright, that's it, Commander Ballard. Payload has been secured. On behalf of my entire crew, thank you. We never would have made it here without you. That is extremely correct. You better hold that thought. This isn't over yet. Long-range sensors are picking up inbound Capellan dropships. ETA 45 minutes. Okay, that doesn't even give me enough time to fly you back for repairs. This is a problem, XO. Then allow me to propose a solution. I will authorize my mech techs to rush the activation of our new battle mech, the HTC-3F Hatchet Man. It will stand in place of one of your own mechs in the upcoming fray. Okay, I'll take that.
Successful.
First of all, I already have a Hatchet Man. Secondly, I'm not so worried about repairs, but I don't know if we get re-ammoed. That's my main concern, because if we're not going to get fresh ammo, we need to pull the Trebuchet. But if the Jägermech rather. But if we are getting re-ammoed, then we should probably pull the Blackjack to preserve the arm, because that arm has an important autocannon on it. Also, good pay. Is that the ++ autocannon arm? I can't remember. So we're gonna take the two pieces of the Thunderbolt and hope that they give us the third one. Because it would be cool to have a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's a great mech. We got it. Yeah, they randomly assigned us and the one surviving piece of the Enforcer. That's really cool. We got super good loot here. Alright, so let's see what the situation is here regarding our mechs. I think we probably shouldn't start the next mission now. What would it be in 58 minutes into the episode already? But I wanna know what's going on here. I'm sure we can just save and come back at this point.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Alright, so we got ourselves a Thunderbolt 5S. We'll play with that in the near future. Consecutive deployment. Give me mouse over text. What does this actually mean? So they're forcing in their Hatchet Man 3F. It's the same thing I already have. I guess the idea here was like if you weren't lucky enough to see these, this is one of the new mechs in the expansion. They want to put it front and center because it is cool. It's a wicked cool mech. Like that's great. But what's the story with my guys here? It's like, where's my Jägermech? See, it doesn't say whether ammo levels are preserved or not. I guess we will not run the Jaeger mech in case they're not, and we'll be able to tell from this whether they are or not, because we'll know from the Blackjack's ammo count. Yeah, I guess we'll run it like this. I'm not super excited about it. I really wish that we had. Also, I don't remember what's the standard. You can't click on this and see what it has on it, because I don't remember if our loadout is standard or not. I think they have AC-10s normally. Yeah, this should be fine. Blackjack is now the Blackjack is now the longest range mech. Does that mean that I should move sensor lock? Maybe we should swap Saber into the Blackjack for the moment. The thing is, Reckless is the pilot who doesn't have bulwark, and I kind of want her in the mech that's far away. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Okay, so it didn't take us back for repairs, but we got to re-armor. 45 minutes is enough time for mech techs to re-armor a mech. If we got re-armored, I bet we got re-ammoed. And if we got re-ammoed, then we really should bring the Jaeger mech. Okay, that's not a new screen. Alright, well, I'm also not... There's no access to the menu. Maybe we can't save here. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just go ahead and run it. So, if I'm going to bring the Jaeger mech, who gets left behind? Do we cut the Hatchet Man and just use their Hatchet Man? Probably, right? Our Hatchet Man's better, though. It has the aim gyro. We probably just keep the lineup the same. Centurion, you get to sit. Ricochet, get in there. Yeah, if they re-armored us, they must re-ammo us. I believe that very strongly, despite the fact there's not a huge amount of evidence for it. I feel like also it would say something, right, if you didn't get your ammo back, because that's a pretty important thing. Any mech that's not laser-focused is reliant on ammunition. I was not expecting us to get the armor back, even. I suppose that would make the second mission really hard, depending on how the first mission went. I don't actually know if there's a lore justification for armor being so easy to fix. I don't know if that actually comes from somewhere or if it is a contrivance specifically for this video game, because repair times are not a thing, right? In the core, the real BattleTech game, it's much more of a single engagement sort of tabletop war game. All right, Commander, I'm afraid that Dr. Murad's sensor readings have been confirmed. A large contingent of Liao reserves are en route to the mech bay at this moment, and they are eager to strike. I suggest that you strike back at them with this. Meet the HTC-3F Hatchet Man, House Steiner's new melee specialized brawler. Oh yeah, it's very impressive. Never seen one of these before. You'll find it perfectly equipped to hack these Capellan peasants in two, I assure you. It's a hell of a machine, I've got to say. That hatchet makes me feel downright tingly. Yang, have you been sitting in the mech bay looking at our Hatchet Man just being tingly? Because, you know, I'm paying you to do a job. Well, just wait till you've seen it in action. To that point, Commander, eliminate the enemy and keep our assets safe. Key members of the Davion-Steiner Alliance will be watching. Okay. Keeping their Hatchet Man in one piece is not actually one of my objectives. Worth noting. I bet their Hatchet Man isn't as armored as mine is. Although we stripped some of that extra armor, didn't we?
We have an unknown on sensors.
Is this the same? This is the same map we were on when we got the Jaeger mech, isn't it? I think we've seen this one before. I like it. I like the divide in this map. Makes you have to make some interesting targeting decisions.
Coordinates received.
Although it looks like we're going to be only getting fought from one side of it. You just stay high, and yep, they did completely re-ammo us. Probably they have a ton of missiles and stuff laying around. They are producing mechs. I guess I shouldn't have been worried. 45 minutes is definitely enough time to do an ammo. Do an ammo. It's enough time to just do one entire ammo. Nobody could disagree with that. It's so obviously true. Alright, well, I think we're going to sensor lock that guy, because that's a lot of evasion. We don't actually have any turrets here, huh? Doesn't look like it. That's a shame. We could also just run over and shoot at him. You know, I'm actually still pretty likely to hit him. Yeah, alright. Screw the sensor lock. We're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. With every bullet.
All weapons committed.
Okay, only one hit. Went to the leg, though. That should be something we can build off of. Oh, they have a hunchback. That thing has an autocannon the size of a house on it. So maybe I have changed my mind about the priority target. Oh, man. It has 5 evasion charges, though. We're probably not actually going to be able to kill it in time. Okay, let's continue working the blackjack, then. 5 evasion charges.
Affirmative.
This is my plan for dealing with the autocannon. Okay, we can see the other mechs from here. They have 4 mechs moving on 3. Well, man, you guys are killing me. I appreciate everybody hitting the leg, but this thing where we miss with the autocannon shots all the time is going to get us all killed.
Standing by.
Saber, continue weakening that guy.
Roger that.
Probably best I only fire with 1 weapon anyway after the jump. I wonder if rain affects your, We don't have an effect for it here, so probably the rain does not change our heat at all. But it kind of makes sense that it would, right?
Copy.
Alright, Ricochet, we have set up for you the best thing we could. What is that? That's a mech I've never seen before. A crab. CRB-27. Okay, that's a cool looking mech. I want one of those. Also, we didn't negotiate payment for this, so I wonder if we're just going to use the old contract. If I'm gonna get 2 pieces of priority salvage here. Maybe they'll just decide to be really generous with us. Oh, this looks beautiful. That arm and that torso are completely undamaged. You have to get 45 damage into the leg to knock it over. Man, I hope we get that.
Here we go.
Okay, autocannon shot hit the leg. Good start.
Scored a critical hit.
Did a head damage, got a knockdown, that's going to be another point of pilot damage. Left torso has 16 health left, without which he loses a bunch of his lasers. Yeah, this is good. That was a good start. Unfortunately, now we have this to worry about. The good news is the autocannon's really short-ranged. Okay, he didn't even go for it. Let's see if we can finish this thing off. Well, maybe not finish it off, but at least reduce its offensive capabilities even further. So it would lose 2 lasers and an autocannon if we got this. And any one of my weapons is capable of making it happen. I should move. Hold on. Sorry. I should make sure that I'm continuing to move around and be difficult to hit. Also, the height advantage with the autocannons is very, very good. 95% hit chances. Alright, pilot injured. So he's taken 3 damage now.
Critical damage detected.
Getting to be reasonable odds that we'll just kill him through center torso destruction before the pilot could be incapacitated. Oh dear. Okay, well that thing can just barely sustain one more of those. We gotta make sure that doesn't happen.
Commander?
I'm gonna go, then they're gonna go, then I'm gonna go, I think. So I think it is the case that if I ran over here and meleeed, or I think it is the case if I don't kill this guy, he still won't get to go. But also, we should probably try, right? What I'm thinking here is that this guy took guarded along with his cover, and melee removes guarded. So I might want to just run over to him and hit him. Where is the autocannon? It's in the right torso. I can't actually get him from the right. I could get him from here, but that's exposing my own back. But I could take a melee shot to his front, remove his guarded, maybe get lucky, and still retain my own cover. I'm going to go for this, because I'm really worried about that autocannon. I'd like to prioritize this thing a little bit.
Confirmed.
And this guy's a lot less dangerous than he used to be. Okay. Leg hit, that's pretty good. We can make something happen with that. So we've stripped off his cover, he only has 1 point of evasion. Okay, we're going to lose buildings. They're completely ignoring us.
Friendly structure down, Commander.
You gotta wonder. So that's a pay bonus that we're not getting.
Leaving you.
Oh no, we're not going to get to go first because we had another mech left. Shoot. Well, we could just try to kill it. It has 51 center torso health left. He could do the job. I get 2 points of evasion and just go for it, man. If we get this kill, we'll be over 50% resolve at the beginning of the next round. That'd be really nice, actually.
Roger that.
Okay. Good stuff.
That's a kill.
So that's 10 resolve, and then we'll get another 15 when the new round starts.
Good to go.
Alright, and now that that thing has taken a hit, I'm going to move back this way because I want to shoot into its front arc. I want to have a chance to hit it in the important parts. I think we are... I can now use Precision Strike. We could force it down to 2 initiative. Do I want to do that? What are the odds that I just kill the leg? Not super high. We can't know how many of our weapons are going to hit which portion of him. I think I'm going to go ahead and burn all the resolve.
Giving them everything I've got.
I would just love it if this thing never got to fire its autocannon. So setting it down to initiative 2 for next round makes that pretty likely, I think.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Really? More? But I'm already fighting a full lance of guys that are... Okay. This is hard. And they immediately get a turn. We're not going to be able to keep very many of these buildings up. We have to keep the fortified mech bay alive. That's the only one that really matters. Wait, which one is that? Is that one of these? Click. Click. It centers this on the screen. I don't know which one of these buildings it's supposed to be. I assumed it would have the title Fortified Mech Bay. Well, okay.
How's it going?
So now there are 5 of them. How are we going to deal with this? Oh, they all landed up here, too. A Shadowhawk, a Griffin, and a Cicada. Okay, Cicada's not actually a dangerous mech. This Griffin's not super scary either. Shadowhawk's got a lot of weapons, but very few of them are good. Actually, as far as a bunch of medium-class mechs go, that's probably the 3 least dangerous I can imagine. The Blackjack is in a horrible position, though. We gotta do something. Maybe I just run as far away as I can. If we can't finish off the Hunchback here. Because I really, really, really don't want it to have a turn. We're just gonna have to endure a lot of fire from a lot of stuff here.
Engaging jump jets.
Well, I had to choose between evasion and cover there. I chose evasion. Hopefully I won't regret that. So what's my plan? The leg is no longer so important. My plan is probably just go to the center, right? Oh, he's not... My brain is... I've been recording too much today. I'm acting like he's already downed. The leg is actually still pretty important. But I don't have a choice of targets because he's not knocked down yet. Okay, I got some good armor damage in there. He's properly unsteady now. He's still pretty far from a knockdown. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're completely ignoring us to just kill the buildings is probably going to mean we can't kill them fast enough for it to matter.
Receiving you.
I'm just going to stay right where I am and melee him again.
On it.
Okay. Exposing that arm. He's going down if he takes any more stability damage, I believe.
Orders.
Saber should be able to finish the job, which will mean that he is now, okay, so Saber has to hit him with the PPC or we don't get the knockdown. Is what it looks like to me. Take the best angle we can get. I don't think the SRM-6 is enough. I think each of those bars is 20. The SRM-6 is going to deal 18 if it hits with all of the missiles, which it won't. So actually that PPC is vital here.
Copy that.
Or a shot to that leg. Okay, the PPC got him, so we're good, we're good. Are we not good? We're not, somehow we're not good. Yeah, we're not going to be able to kill them fast enough to prevent them from attacking the buildings if they're fine dying to attack the buildings.
Yes, Commander.
A lot of my plan here was based on the idea that they want to live, but it doesn't seem like they particularly care. Alright, well, we'll just hose him down with the missiles. Like, I should try to get him with the autocannon, too. I just gotta make sure I'm moving enough to get some,
On my way.
some evasion here, since there's a bunch of stuff on the hill with me now. Okay. We can remove some of his weapons, but not, like, enough to matter. This actually is... We're in a pretty bad spot as far as killing him goes. He is going to go down, whether we get the leg or not. Okay, now we're in a better spot. We managed to make a better spot out of that attack. Unfortunately, he's going to get a turn in a second here. But his next turn should be... Our next turn against him should be pretty good. Oh, they have something moving on 1. Something over there. Moving on 2. And then a different thing. Oh, Jesus, there's a lot of them. Oh, right. The thing they have moving on 1 is the Hunchback. I knew that. So we do just have to fight two full lances at the same time. With no towers and no backup. This is a tough mission. Okay, he didn't even try with the autocannon. Didn't think he had it. That's pretty good for us. We have enough resolve now that we could use an ability again. We had to try to do something here. Right, this is our moment. I think I'm just going to melee him again.
What's up, boss?
Because right now I can get a melee from the... Oh. Really, I'm not allowed to melee him from the position I'm in now. Because what I want to do, right, is hit him from the right side. Because I can probably kill him. Well, there's a chance I kill him. There's a chance I just cut the AC-20 off of him. But what I am being told here is that I am allowed to melee him from any other arc. Just not the one that I am in right this second. We could just go for the shot, I guess? I can't believe I'm not allowed to just turn and swing. I could go to the back, but he actually has more armor from the back than he does from the front. I guess I go to the front and try it? There's a non-zero chance of just killing him. And actually, if I hit either side torso, he loses the AC-20 because he won't have any ammo anymore. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm really annoyed that I can't just hit him from the side that we've spent so much effort opening up, though.
Roger.
95% chance for this to work, and a pretty good chance if it hits him to... Okay. To disable the autocannon, is what I was going to say. But also that works. So that's got us inspired, then. Yeah, and they're going to continue ignoring me and just going for the buildings. Ten rounds might have been too many. This is hard. Alright, we got to try to... We try to take out the crab. The crab hasn't had his turn yet. We can take off one of his lasers or something. That'd be real good. So where's he keeping him? They're both arm mounted, so we want to focus on one of his sides. Ugh, man. This is grim with these guys just everywhere like this. I can jump up like this and not have my back to anybody, I guess?
Engaging jump jets.
This guy will be in my right arc. We just have to be careful. Now I have my back to them, but whatever. They're going to ignore me.
All weapons committed.
Okay. I mean, we're trying. These things have too much armor for me to be just, like, shearing parts off of them every single turn. Okay. My blank laser fire. I'm just happy they're not shooting at the buildings right now.
Good to go.
I think I might take a swing with the Vindicator. And the reason I'm thinking that is just that it really needs a moment to lose some heat. This is the only target I can take a swing at, which sucks because this is the one I care about the least. And I can't get in cover while I'm doing it. But I do have full armor on all my sections and everything. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I gotta lose heat. This is the only way I can keep doing damage while continuing to lose heat. Alright, I busted his leg up pretty good. Yep, Griffin is completely ignoring me. We're going to lose a lot of these structures. I do not know which one is the fortified mech bay. Part of me hopes that it's the large one, because the large one's, you know, the one with the most health. But at this point, the large one's been hit so many times, I kind of hope it's anything else. And we still have something coming up. I assume something with some large lasers or LRMs or something. They didn't start it back there if it had mostly close-range weaponry, right?
Receiving you.
Alright, so who are we most likely to be able to remove before they can be a problem during the next turn? I guess the crab is the only one we've really started in on at this point. We just keep working on that. The cicada is shootable, but it's also like a total garbage mech that I don't care about. Maybe a really harsh way to put that, but also it's true. Trying to stay firing in the same arc that we've already fired into. And if that means that I run up here and attract some fire, then actually probably that's good. I get to fire everything this round, but next round I gotta start taking it a little easier. Come on, break that leg off. Didn't get there.
That hit something good.
Pretty good damage to the torso and the arm. We should be able to take one of the arms off that thing soon, I think. Oh, there are 2 more mechs down here. So this was actually... This was 9 mechs they put us up against. With no backup. Yeah, I can't see how it would be possible to keep them from destroying the buildings. Even if none of them fight back at all, there's no way for you to destroy them quickly enough. There's 3 things down there. Okay, well, we're going to lose the mission. Possibly. I still don't know what the fortified mech bay is. It's possible the fortified mech bay is not attackable with all of the stuff alive. Are you serious? There's a 4th contact down there. So at this point, 3 entire lances. This is too many enemies, man. I think we just give this guy this, right? 10 stability each. We could go for an attack from the Hatchet Man, I guess. Oh, see, now I can only attack from the angle I'm currently looking at. This attack does way more stability. Yeah, this is most likely to knock him down and lead him to not having an attack during this phase.
Firm.
Okay, big center torso hit. Actually pretty alright at this moment. Now he's down. His center torso is available to everybody. We just gotta core him, and we just have to keep moving from mech to mech one by one. We have no other options for reducing the number of guns that are aimed at the buildings. At least this guy didn't get much of an attack this turn. So I feel a lot safer up here than I did recently. I apparently can't see this guy right now. I think what I'm deciding is I'm just going to stay put, or maybe I move to here. Can't hit him. I can't hit him in his back armor with the autocannons properly at that range. We could try to just take him down. I really want to... Hold on.
What's up, boss?
He hasn't spent his turn yet. So if we're going to try to take him down, we got to do it now. And it's not impossible that I could remove one of his significant weapons. In fact, all of his stuff's on the right side. If I just go in through the right rear torso armor, I only have to do 95 damage to strip everything. I'd be hitting him from the back, so he gets no cover bonus. I would have to hit with both of the autocannons. Autocannon plus laser is not good enough. But it might be worth going for it, to try to prevent more damage to the buildings. We just worry about the crab with somebody else. Have Saber go after the crab, because he can't get this shot anyway. Okay, I can get this shot while still in cover, too. I'm going to go for it. We're going to precision, back right torso. Please work. 37%. So we'd have to get pretty lucky for both of the autocannons to hit. Sorry, for both the autocannons to hit that part, right?
All weapons committed.
It actually happened. Okay, well that's extraordinarily good. That was really lucky.
Detected.
The Saber is still before the crab. So he can take a shot at coring it with the PPC. He's got a good high ground advantage on it too. They're shooting at me a little bit, which is awesome. Very, very good.
Commander.
I don't really want to move him into a position where people can't see him.
On my way.
Again, I want him to be available as a target. Alright, it has 56 health. So if we hit the PPC shot, even... it looks like it does still get a cover bonus. So if we hit the PPC shot, we still have to hit with a couple lasers, or a couple missiles or a medium laser. But I think we have a good chance of doing this. If we don't hit center with the PPC shot, that's really bad. And I think that's exactly what happened. So we crit one of his lasers and we broke his leg. Yeah, I didn't get center with the PPC. Well... it's about to be Ricochet's turn. And I'm not sure what my plan is from here. We could just keep working the crab. He still has both of his large lasers. Like, yeah, probably the most likely the thing we can do that's most likely to make a meaningful difference is we shoot that crab with whatever it takes to get the job done. I should be a little bit careful about exposing my... yeah, I gotta be careful about exposing my back, don't I? Do this.
Copy that.
Don't get to fire everything this turn, because the heat. So... we could multi-shot, try to spread some damage around, but if I multi-shot, I don't get to do the aim. That feels pretty bad to me. I'm gonna try to soften up my heat usage here a little bit. If we're doing 3 damage per missile, I need to hit with 10 missiles to break this down. Or the autocannon plus, like, 1. 50% of 90% of my 20 missiles will go. So we should fire 2 pods. This is very likely to kill. Okay. Alright, that's 2 large lasers that don't get to fire this turn. And we just have to get down the hill. Like, these guys are not... we can't handle this right now. We have to remove a bunch of these. Okay, they're vehicles. So the game considers roughly 4 heavily armed vehicles to be equivalent to 1 mediocre mech, I guess. Hey, Harebrained Schemes, you made a very good game, but please, please, please work on your weighting. I understand kind of where they're coming from, in the sense that it's really easy to kill a vehicle, but, like... okay, the last building must remain standing. We're going to lose this contract. The last building has 70 health. Yeah, this is not doable. And in fact, I'm not convinced this was ever doable. I think we've gotten lucky, actually. Their mechs are starting to fight me a little bit.
Show them what you got.
So maybe the idea is that now we got to change up. We got to like run over here and start having at these vehicles. We got to provide the vehicles something else to shoot at. Their Vindicator is... it says that last building. There's 3 buildings left. I assume they mean the large military building. So let's see. You don't have a gun anymore. The Shadowhawk, the Cicada, and the Vindicator would all have to be disarmed this turn in order for us to be able to guarantee that this will work. Obviously, that's not possible. And then, actually, all 3 of those mechs have to be disarmed, and we have to stop all these vehicles from firing. So this is extremely not doable. What is the best chance we have for disabling the Shadowhawk? Is it just go straight through the center? It is. Unfortunately, that's not actually an available option because the Vindicator doesn't do enough damage in one shot. Even if we get lucky, like we did before, there's not enough weapons. You can shoot to the front armor of this thing. We're just going to completely ignore the Griffin. The Blackjack's going to jump out, probably. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Because if we just get far enough away from this thing, it won't have any role at all this turn. I guess it could DFA me. That's a concern. This is my left leg that's screwed up, so stand like this.
Engaging jump jets.
And we will... I think the Shadowhawk is actually a pretty significant danger. It has a lot of weapons on it. And none of them are great weapons, but they do add up. AC5 plus 2 medium lasers is like... Yeah, that's a threat. I care about that more than I care about a single PPC. This guy's also a problem. But here we have the cleanest shot. Oh, I can't fire everything.
Targeting rear armor.
Okay, well, I mean, I got some structural damage through. If the Shadowhawk doesn't move next... Okay, Saber can also shoot it from the back. So we might be able to break down some of its weapon systems that way, prevent it from getting a shot this turn.
Heading out.
And he can actually put everything into it, I think. He has plenty of heat capacity. Let's see. This is the autocannon and one of the lasers. So there's an SRM in the middle. I'm debating about using an aim shot. I think we can't. I think we gotta... Oh, you're kidding me. Why would you hit the leg? What's wrong with you? Yeah, he just fired that all over the place.
Reporting critical hit.
That hit every part except for the parts that it needed to hit. Okay, the Griffin has nothing. That's good. What can we do to this guy? Can I get into the back arc with the hatchet man? I cannot. Oh, I can. If I jump up here and give myself... if I jump up here and give this guy something to melee, the reward for that is that I get to shoot into the back arc of the Shadowhawk. Well, I think I'm doing that. This hatchet man's in pretty good shape, and also, it's not mine in a very real sense. I don't care what happens to it, so let's have at him. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 12. Oof.
Reporting critical hit.
But that's about half of its weapon systems damaged. Probably more than half of its damage potential, because we got the autocannon. Cicada looks like it might be... Yep, okay, it's going after the Jaeger mech. That's great. To be clear, I'm not saying that we've definitely lost. I'm saying that it's not possible for me to control whether or not we have lost at this point. We could still have the building stand, but it's going to be completely on them choosing not to kill it. Which might happen, right? Game AI is weird sometimes.
Armor low.
Commander.
You probably back up. The Shadowhawk turned its back. You do this. One of those things down there is a mech. So this was a squad of 4 mechs followed by a squad of 4 mechs and 3 vehicles. Oof. I don't know how I was supposed to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Alright. So we'll back up. We'll get to fire most of our weapons into the back of the Shadowhawk. I'm going to go ahead and use a precision strike. try to keep this focused because my hit chance is too low due to it actually having evaded a little bit. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, we just go center. I can't turn anything else on. Alright,
Locked on rear arm.
please be enough. Alright. Okay. I'm down to only 7 enemies left. Yeah, I think that we've, like I said, I think we've actually been pretty lucky. Ooh, that's an interesting... Huh. Why would you build a mech with an SRM-6 and a flamer and a PPC? I guess the default builds for the mechs are much more all-purpose. They don't specialize all that much. And I think that's intentional, right? They want you to, if you want to get a good, tightly focused thing going, they want you to build it yourself. But what I was saying is, I think we've actually been pretty lucky in terms of, like, getting hits that allow us to deny damage from the enemy team. And it's just not enough. It's not even close to enough. Alright, so the Cicada, I guess this guy's our next main priority, right? He has the PPC and a medium laser. That's the next most damage that people are doing. Which side is his PPC on? That's on the other side. That's a shame. Well, we can jump down behind him and give him 110 from the back and just, like, what if it all hits correctly, right? I can get into his back arc. I think that's what we probably have to do.
Roger that.
If I can remove the Vindicator's damage, that's, I think, the next best thing. So now the question is, do we spend a precision strike on this? Because it would be really good to put it into the right rear torso. We have to hit with all 3 of our weapons for this to work. No, actually, the autocannon and 1 laser would be enough to break off the... I think we have to go for it. This means we're not inspired with everybody else, but we can get it. Yeah, but if that had worked, that would have saved a lot of building damage. And as it is, we did bump him down to Initiative 2, so maybe we can still stop him. Is that the most important thing? We can actually get range to shoot at some of these vehicles now. Can't really do much about this Thunderbolt, but also it's not really economical to worry about the Thunderbolt right now. So my left leg is screwed up. I want to turn to the right. Make sure that I have a clean line of sight on my target here, but make sure I turn to the right. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to kill this thing in one hit.
All weapons committed.
Looking pretty soft, though. Ricochet should be able to deal with it now. Okay, that's great. Shoot at me, not the buildings.
Barely a hit, Commander. Yes, Commander.
So we had a full focus on the vehicles now. I definitely want to take another shot at the right armor of this thing, because if we can get even 1 medium laser in there, honestly, just one of the SRMs would do the job.
Move order received.
And this will allow me to get vision of that Shrek PPC carrier. So, not an immediate concern, that one. Alright, I need to hit the right armor with literally any one of my weapons. Oh, I don't actually have vision of the other striker. And I don't think there's any sense in shooting at this thing, because we're just not going to do enough damage to it. So I guess this is just a normal attack, and we will turn off 1 medium laser.
Roger.
Alright. This should be totally gettable. Okay, we're reducing the amount of fire they are able to devote to the buildings. Indicator's turning around and trying to fight with me. Ow. I mean, that's the hatchet man, so kind of whatever. There's what we call in the business a soft who cares.
Report minimal damage.
Not that I don't feel bad. I certainly don't want Siegfried to die. I'll be perfectly honest with you. If they had let me bring my own hatchet man, I would have kept him out of the battle. So,
Waiting for orders.
in a very real sense, if they do die, it's his fault. If he does die, it's his fault. I did not want him here. Alright, let's engage what we can into the Vindicator. Because we can actually do some pretty good work here. We're on the PPC side. Yeah, we could probably reduce his damage output by quite a bit.
Taking the shot.
Come on. Didn't quite get through the structure anywhere. I was hoping for a crit there. I didn't quite get through the armor to the structure. This Thunderbolt is potentially a threat to us. Not too much of a threat to the buildings, fortunately. This thing's going to get to LRM. 17 health. It has 40 damage worth of missiles. Yeah, not a lot we can do there. Okay, we're going to have to scrub this one. I don't think that was possible. Or rather, it was possible, but it wasn't possible for me to make it happen. They had to decide not to destroy the buildings, basically. It's just too many guns. There was no way we could do anything about that. Alright, so failed but made a good faith effort, which means that we don't... Our mercenary review board rating doesn't get scrapped or anything. We sustained some very minor structural damage to our mechs. Very repairable. I got a laser. Well, the payout for the first part of that was really good. Like, really good. That second mission needs rebalancing, though. For sure. It needs to... You could even keep all of those weapons, just put them into fewer bodies, right? As it was, it's not even that it was too much gun, it's that it was spread out over too many points of health, and there was no way we could stop that from happening. Alright. If we keep an eye out, we might have an opportunity to retry this engagement at a later time. Okay. Well, I will look forward to that, I guess. Out of curiosity, what is the... That's not what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was check the contract menu. Here we go. Okay, so we have some pirate stuff available to do here. Is this Pirates Against the Magistracy? Whatever. I mean, we'll do it because pirates. Out of curiosity, where am I at on pirate? Okay, positive. Somewhat positive. I don't know exactly how low we have to get. This might be negative 100. That distance looks like it could be. Maybe. But remember, getting somebody to negative maximum is a lot of extra points for our mercenary company here. We're doing all right, maybe. Honestly, I have no meter stick here. I have no idea if this is a good number of points for this point in the campaign. But with that disappointment, I think we're out of time for today. We're well past out of time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when hopefully the tasks we choose will be a little bit more possible. Just doable in general. And we'll see you then.